Good evening, everyone. I call the regular board meeting to order at 5:30 p.m. May we please have a roll call?
Yes. Board Member Aaron Cimental,
Present.
Board Member Norma Gonzalez. Present. Board Member Patrice Stanzioni. Present. Board Member Dolores Rivera. Here. Board Member Dina Flores. Here. Superintendent Dr. Anthony Ortiz.
Here.
Dr. Julie Harrison. Here. Susan Ibarra. Here. Tomiko Lee Nolasco. Here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A quorum is present. Approval of the agenda of the regular board meeting of August 11th, 2026. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Ms. Flores, seconded by Ms. Stanzioni. Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Aye. 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 Aye.
Aye, the motion is carried. Pledge allegiance. At this time, I'd lead us in the pledge of allegiance. Please rise. Please place your right hand over your heart. Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Public comments and hearings, public comments related to closed session items. Are there any items in public comment? Closed session?
No.
For closed session? No. Is there anyone who forgot to do for closed session or off the public? Sounds good. And please have these. Thank you very much. So public comments related to open session items or non-agenda matters. The board will now hear public comments related to open session agenda items or matters under the board's subject matter jurisdiction. In order to conduct the public business of the district in an organized manner for the privacy and safety of community members and to help district staff respond more directly, the board requires that public comments comply with certain procedures, including when addressing the board, speakers are requested to identify themselves and speak from the podium. Speakers may only address items that are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board. Speakers may not reserve or grant any portion of their speaking time to other speakers. Speakers are expected to maintain order, decorum, and not disrupt the meeting or use profanity when addressing the board. Complaints should follow the district's complaint procedure before addressing the board, and speakers are to adhere to the applicable time limit of 3 minutes. The total time allotted for public comments on open session agenda items is set at 20 minutes. In the event the estimated time for public comments based on the number of interested speakers will exceed 20 minutes, the presiding officer may equitably decrease individual speakers' time as to permit as many voices as possible. Pursuant to state law and board bylaws, presiding officer may remove a disruptive individual from the board meeting so long as the individual is first warned by the presiding officer that their behavior is disrupting the meeting, and failure to cease such behavior may result in the removal. If the behavior does not promptly cease, the individual may be removed. To ensure speakers can be heard clearly, members of the audience are requested to maintain a quiet listening environment and silence electronic devices. The board is committed to facilitating the public comment portion of the meeting in an inclusive and organized manner to hear from the community in which the board serves and is accountable to. Thank you very much. We will have Manuel Maldonado or Florence Steiner campus. Then,
Good afternoon, members of the board,
sorry, 1 second, let's just get that timer up and then when you're ready. Thank you.
members of the board, superintendent, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I would like to start by welcoming Mr. Anthony Ortiz to Bassett Unified School District, and I would give you a little piece of advice. I've been around for a while. I grew up in the area. I raised 10 kids in the neighborhood. Now I have grandchildren, and what I would like to suggest is, since you're just beginning, I would recommend that you meet with the parent leadership, with community members, and people who have had not grouches, but have had problems within the district. You got to remember one thing, that most of you here in front of me are not here permanently. You will be here for as long as we, the community, decides to keep you here. We're the ones that decide, and we have the power to do so. So you have to remember that, and thank you. If you take my advice, it's very good. You know, like I said, Hacienda La Puente Unified School District, one of the things we've been doing is we've been meeting with the superintendents. The last superintendent that was there failed and would not agree to meet with us. That's why he's no longer. He only served like 3 years in it or so. We gave him a hard time and he left on his own, which we were very glad, because we were waiting to file complaints with LACO and other entities. The other thing I wanted to address is in regards to Florence Flanner. I'm glad that elections are up, and I'm glad that some of you will be going, hopefully. We will be electing a new board, a new fresh piece of mind, a new fresh piece of ideas, and perhaps people that will listen to the community. Because for too long, we've been saying, say no to the sale of Flores Flanner. This is a community land, and we would like to keep it that way. God knows if we are going to increase student population. But one important thing also I would like to recommend is you need to find out why we have so many students leaving Bassett Unified School District. You need to know why. You know, when I was in the public service and I used to be a store manager, I used to find out what customers wanted and why some of the customers were going to other stores. I wanted to keep them because those customers were the ones that were paying our insurance, our union dues, and most importantly, our wages. So I would recommend that if you can, do a survey and find out why some of our parents, some of our students are moving, are leaving to neighboring districts. There's got to be something. Is that we're not offering enough challenging classes? Is it that because of the negligence of our school board or administrators? We got to find out why. Thank you.
So now we have, excuse me, Leonard de la Cruz.
De Cruz,
Thank you.
Nola.
Sorry, Lola, sorry.
Nola. I'm kind of visiting, but I just want to say it's such an honor to be here in this room because almost 70 years ago, my dad was a board member here and he was president of the school board and I was out here looking in the books, you know, the people helped me here. From 57 to 58, 59, he was president up until 61, the end of 61. And so it's just, you know, it's just one of those things. And he was a history teacher and he was so, passionate about education. And I remember the old, well, not the old, but Mr. Ketcherside, who was, I don't know if you guys know that name from a long time ago. And my parents knew him and my mother was on the personnel commission. And we moved into the district in 56. And by 58, he was already on the school board. And he handed me my diploma in June of 61 at Ethel D. Keenan School, the K-8 school that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
And so it was like so exciting. And I just feel this attachment to the district. And we lived on Don Julian between Workman Mill and Third. I don't know if you guys know that area. And so we walked to Keenan and I was bused to El Monte High School because there was no Bassett High School at the time. But my siblings ended up going to Bassett High and they stayed at Keenan for a bit and then they were transferred to Don Julian on Don Julian Road. And so I just saw a lot of changes in that whole area. But we just finally sold our house that my mom lived in for 60 years in 2018. And so anyways, I come when I have a chance. I live in Northern California now, but when I have a chance, I always come by the neighborhood. It's like, oh, that's still there and that's still there. And where did that go? And so anyways, I just wanted to say hello. And, it just gives me good feelings to be here. That's why I asked somebody, I said, how old is this building? When was this built? Because maybe my dad was in here, So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's fine.
We'll go to superintendent comments, Dr. Ortiz.
Thank you, Mr. Simonton.
So.
Good evening, everyone. Just wanted to share a few updates. First of all, Edgewood Academy on yesterday had a backpack giveaway in partnership with Helping Hands. In partnership with Helping Hands Children's Foundation, there was a backpack giveaway, 100 backpacks, grades K through 2. The event provided free backpacks filled with essential school supplies for eligible students. This just marks a collaborative effort between the district and Helping Hands Children's Foundation. And really, their commitment matches our commitment of removing barriers and supporting families and fostering equitable access to resources. You can see, if you can see the picture, they also got a bag of goodies and a juice box for coming out. So very successful events. I'm glad that Mr. Leal was able to have a connection with one of his teachers, and his teacher's cousin works for Helping Hands Children's Foundation. So it was a nice event. The next what I want to talk about Edgewood Academy. Also, Edgewood Academy was named a Bright Spot Top School. This is an award that recognizes schools across the country that are beating the odds in literacy education. Bright Spots is a data journalism project of the 74, which is a nonprofit news organization covering America's education system from early childhood through college and career. The Bright Spots project highlights schools where students are thriving, and specifically where third grade literacy scores are outpacing expectations. The 74 knows the work and effort that goes into these accomplishments, and the goal of their project is to lift up these wins in the schools who create them. So along with this notification in the email, there was a badge, a school Bright Spots Top School badge for Edgewood. Yeah, exactly. To share the news of this wonderful recognition. So congratulations to Principal Leal and his staff for an amazing recognition. The other one, I just wanted to update the Board of Education. So we were coming off of a very successful 2026 Leadership Symposium. Our theme, like I mentioned, was Get on the Bus, Building Capacity, Driving Excellence. I did want to thank our planning committee, Dr. Harrison, Tamiko, Susan, Jason, Gamal, Megan, Jim, Carla, and Alexandra. It was fabulous, well-planned, lots of great, meaningful and engaging activities centered around leadership, but also what's required to be a leader and how do we get everybody on the bus and move not only just us as leaders forward, but also the districts and our students. They also want to recognize the Make It Happen team. So all of these events, obviously a lot of work goes in from the planning committee, but the Make It Happen crew of Cassandra, Amy, Carla, Alexandra, and Ivan sitting here with our tech support. They're the hands-on people that just kind of put it all together and made sure it flowed smoothly. And I just also wanted to share just some of the photos. I'm changing on the wrong thing on the wrong slide. But you can see very successful, a lot of engaging activities. Mr. Tevet and I can't remember who else presented with him on school data. So we talked about data and engaged our principals in our CAS scores and talked about what is it that, what were some of our celebrations and successes, but also what are some areas that we need to focus on this year. And then we also learned from Mr. Gamal. He led us through information on attendance and discipline. So that's really good. So celebrations there. I think we're moving in the right direction. Just a great time, great time with colleagues, but also engaged in learning about leadership. We also had a presentation from Mr. Orguin in terms of working with staff and being professional and moving, again, the district forward. So looking forward to the next slide, which talks and invites everyone to our welcome back breakfast, which is Monday, August 17th, 8:00 a.m. at Torch Middle School in the Watanabe Center. So I look forward to seeing everyone there for breakfast and coffee. catching up with colleagues, meeting new Bassett staff who are joining our team, and hearing a few words from me, the superintendent, again, to get us on the bus and moving in the right direction. So looking forward to that. Hope to see everyone there. Last but not least, looking forward to my first day of school in Bassett Unified School District as superintendent. Tuesday, August 18th, we just spent the day with Dr. Harrison, Miss Ibarra, and Tamiko, driving around the schools today just to make sure that our facilities and school sites, classrooms are first day ready. So felt very positive and comfortable with where we are. Just a little bit more work to do, but we have plenty of time to get that done. So looking forward to seeing our wonderful students and staff. So I think that's it for me, Mr. Stephen.
Thank you very much. We'll have board members.
Excuse me, I know I'm out of line, but I forgot to say the name of my father. It was Miguel de Cruz.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Flores.
Good evening, everybody. It feels like it's been a while since we've been here. It's like when I walked in. So where did the summer go? I don't know, even at work, I'm all like, oh my gosh. But I am excited. I'm excited to be entering a new, the beginning of another fabulous academic year. I'm so looking forward to having our kids back. And I am also looking forward to connecting with our teachers and staff at the back of the school breakfast. So I do plan to be there. So, and it is very true. We did a lot of things were accomplished last year. Thank you to everybody who played a part in that. So I know we're going to continue building on that. So yesterday I had the opportunity to volunteer at the La Puente Foundation Golf Tournament. So God, I'm a masochist, let me tell you. It was hot. You felt 107 degrees on that golf. It wasn't fun, but I was providing help to whoever wanted water. You're reaching out to the different golf holes and everything. Oh, so-and-so needs this, so-and-so needs that. Oh my God, I think I would have rather been like me. Just going to focus on something. Not that you're all over the place, but it was a great networking opportunity. Got to meet with LASD sheriffs, got to meet with city industry sheriffs, elected officials, and things like that participate in this. And it's really great because the proceeds from this tournament support youth activities. So that's what we're all about. So I also attended the virtual planning commission meeting that was held virtually for the Bone Park. I did attend that, and I really, my takeaway of that was not so much the Bassett Villas themselves, rather what really got me was the perception that some people that spoke have of our district. The perception being low as far as in academics. Everybody knows that Bassett is the lowest. Everybody knows that Bassett is ghetto. I'm not sure where all that information is coming from, but respectfully, I take that personal. I take that personal because I know what our leadership is doing. I know what our teachers and staff are doing. And I also know how hard our students work for what they, for the resources. I applaud the board for making sure that they have all the resources they need. Earlier, we just heard the kids are like fabulously excited about the air conditioning in the gym. That happened, and that was all the support of the board members to make sure that happened. We work hard as a board. We do work hard to make sure our students have all the resources they need to be successful. Now, if you have to print that out and send out a newsletter, hey, Dr. Ortiz, let's do that. Because it was very difficult for me to hear of everything, the perception that people have of Bassett. Okay? Our students, we are a very strong district. Our high school is the second highest, if not the highest, in the neighboring area in academics. So how are we getting? Okay. Well, that being said, it brings me to reiterate my comments. I invite community. You can meet with any of the board members. Honestly, I've said this several times, and I've never been approached. Okay? Meet with the board members, meet with our superintendent, meet with the leadership to get your questions answered. We need to work collectively together. That doesn't mean we have to find a common ground to exist. Otherwise, the only ones that suffer in the end are the students. Okay? So please, again, ask the questions. As a member of the Bassett Unified School Board, it is correct. We are elected by the community. However, whether we get elected or not, that doesn't change our status. We are still community members. I've lived in here for 26 years. So whether I get elected or not doesn't keep me from standing at that podium. I will fight and I will advocate for our students to have resources and things that they need. Our district's mission is to meet the social, emotional, and academic needs of our student community so they are ready to excel in college and life. For those of you that don't know, I do work in higher ed, and that is one of the things that we focus on. Okay, making sure that our students don't just get a college education, they are ready to move on, they're ready to navigate into what happens after college. So we need to ensure that every student has access to quality teaching, services, activities, and programmings in core curriculums. This requires the district resources, including our real property assets, which are managed strategically to support long-term educational quality, operational stability, and financial sustainability. So roughly through the 4 years that this project has been in the development, I, as a board member, have looked at 3 objectives, looked at it objectively. Protecting the district's long-term financial stability. We live in a world right now where, the political specter is really difficult. You don't know. You have a lot of funding that's getting cut. Prop 98, I've said this several times, $3.8 billion is being withheld from education. The governor's holding that. Now, whether he's using those funds to help something else, not cool, because that money belongs to education. You all voters voted for that, Prop 98. 40% of the state's revenue is supposed to go to education. Well, hello, it's not, okay? $3.8 billion, think what that could do for, education for districts, sorry. Putting underutilized district property to productive use while retaining ownership. We're not selling anything, we're utilizing what we already have, okay, for the benefit of our students. Developing a project that meets the needs of the community. Housing is very important right now. Housing it's like, wow, shortened. So district, like many school districts throughout the state, we have experienced significant declining enrollment. You all agree with that? Heck, man, I'm feeling it at my university. And that hurts big time. So we've experienced that. Maybe they're moving out, maybe they're going to other districts. But those are the questions that we need to find out and we need to have answers for. Ask the whys. Famous book on that, Ask Your Why. Declining enrollment, what does that mean? Because many of you have heard us say that. That means the reduced average daily attendance, which directly affects the amount of state funding that is available to educate our students. Therefore, we have an obligation to identify sustainable sources of revenue that can support our students, our teachers, our staff, our programs, and facilities over the long term. Okay, we can't wait to see what's going to happen. We have to hope for the best, plan for the worst, hope for the best. Okay, but in the meantime, we need to scramble. Can't wait for the government. Can't wait 2 years. Okay, for new leadership. And this project does exactly that. The district retains ownership. Once again, nothing is being sold. At the same time, the project creates a long-term revenue stream that can support district needs, including educational programs, facilities, operation, and recruitment. and retention of our teachers and staff. Again, I'm looking at as a board member that I was elected here by the community to support students. Okay, from my perspective, this to me represents responsible stewardship. That's what we're here. Retain the asset, put it to use, and generate revenue for the district for at least the next 99 years, and create benefits for our students and our community. So on that note, again, please, if you have questions, if you have thoughts, reach out. I'm happy to meet. Okay, I'm happy to meet. Reach out to our superintendent and ask your questions. Or if you want to talk to your board members, you know, hey, it's okay. We sit here to support the students, making sure they have the resources they need to be successful during their time here at Bassett Unified. And we encourage them to come back afterwards to give back to the community. So this is why we as a board work so hard to make sure that they have everything they need to be successful. On that note, thank you, everybody. And again, truly, I'm looking forward to a great academic year. So thank you, Bassett.
Thank you, Ms. Rivera.
Oh, yeah. Good evening, everyone. First of all, I'd like to welcome all the students and staff back to a 26-27 school year. And we know it's going to be a good one, even better than last year. And our scores will continue going a little bit up, but we're going there. You know, little by little, we'll get to the middle. So it's okay to go slow. But so I'd like to welcome everyone, and I hope everybody's ready to start the school year running. I know the students are excited to come back. I know a lot of them were looking forward to their new backpacks, but this year we weren't able to give every student their backpack. But we're getting them. So they're all set to come back. I'd like to congratulate Edgewood for their award, Bright Spot. It was something that when Edgewood Academy started, that's what we were hoping for and looking forward to, getting these awards, because we were supposed to be going back to basics, a school that was self-contained and all that, and that's what it's been doing. And it's getting up there, and the principal that started the whole thing, along with committee of parents who passed away, I know he's looking up from heaven and saying, that's what I wanted for the community. That's what I wanted for that school. Because he really loved Bassett. And he always said, I love Bassett. And we knew, because he didn't just say the words, but he showed it by helping the students, helping the community and everyone. I also like to, going into little commercials, Sunken's Library is still having their Wednesday activities for all the students. If you go there, they're also doing some for the upper grades, not just the kindergartens, they're doing the high schoolers, and they're doing different activities depending on their age, and it's every Wednesday, so please go. I also like to announce that LACO, Dr. Eduardo is starting a student advisory council, and would like students to apply for it and to see a variety of students from every background, every race, whatever, to please apply. The applications are due on August 29, and you could go into the LACOE, LACOE website and look for the application. And they also tell you when the meetings will be, because they are mandatory. And every other meeting will be in person, and every other meeting will be virtual. So it'll be good for some of our students to apply for this. And it's a great experience to see what schools and funding and all that is all about. So I advise any student or anybody that's hearing me out there, or that's here, has a high school student and knows of a high school student, please let them know that they could apply for this thing. And it is due on August 28th. And then also one more time, I'm gonna announce the Children's Burn Center. They're willing to come out for free to the schools, and that's what I volunteer for. Now they told me, they sent me an email that I would help them get schools and districts to teach the students how to, be safe on. and prevent fires. And help them how to cook or do their things that they need to do, because we have a lot of students that go home and there's no parent at home. So they try to cook little things that they can, and sometimes by mistake or by accident, something burns. So it's good to prevent that and help them with it. So any teacher that's out there listening to me, call the Children's Burn Center, talk to Debbie. She'll be more than happy to set up dates for you to come. And like I said, they start from preschool all the way to the high school. You know, so there's a program for everyone that they would enjoy. So thank you. And again, I'm looking forward for the new school year, and very excited about it. And that's it. Thank you, Bassett, and I hope to see you all in one of our board meetings. Thank you.
Sanjay?
Good evening, Bassett. Well, I've already started my classroom this year. We're well into our second week, God knows, maybe third. I'd like to welcome everybody here that's listening to this. To our students, this year belongs to you. Our schools are safe harbors where you could take risks to learn, because it's okay to make mistakes. You just have to learn from them. And I suggest you be kind to each other, because I can't wait to see what you'll do this year. To our staff, including our teachers, administrators, bus drivers, custodians, cafeteria workers, counselors, and support staff, welcome, because the year ahead is going to be a busy one, and we'll see you at the end of it. To our families and broader community that we do represent, you are the vital partners in education, and we want to welcome you, because we're so grateful for your investment that you put into our schools. Those of you that have stayed with us, that know that we are only in a very beginning of a great growing year. Just simply helping your child do their homework is going to be wonderful, because education takes a village. It's a shared responsibility, and working hand in hand, we can create this incredible platform wherein our children can grow and learn. And we all know that not every child is going to grow in the same way on the same day, but we are giving them what they need individually. I would like to thank Dr. Ortiz, because I'm so excited about seeing the pictures, the images. Been asking for that for years. I'm so excited to see that, because I think it shows so much more than words. Also, get on the bus. What a great idea. Get on the bus. You know, get on the Bassett bus and follow us where it's going to take. What a journey. I'm thinking of Victoria and Natalia at their volleyball game, and them and all the other girls. I hope that they're enjoying the heck out of their game right now for their preseason game. Wishing them well. I don't know if I already said this, but did I already say prayers to Kelly? No. My heart is there, but sending out prayers to Cali and the rest of Columbia for what they are going through. They are still hoping to find victims under the rubble. And so we have to keep positive thoughts for all of that. I was shaken by the fact that they had this enormous earthquake, until my nephew reminded me that every 5 to 10 years, they have enormous 6 to 7 point earthquakes. It's a norm for them. And today I explained the Ring of Fire, and my students were quite surprised when we aligned the Ring of Fire with the current earthquakes. Everything becomes a teaching moment. Helping Hands, thank you for the backpacks. And the Bright Spot Top School. What a new thing. I've never heard of it. I thought I knew about every award there was to schools. Super excited. But mostly I am so excited to see Miss DeCruz here, because you are our history. When you mentioned Mr. Ketcherside, I haven't heard that name since I was a child. We moved into our house the 4th of July, 1955. I've been through this school system. I knew where Keenan was. And when it left, it was like, oh my gosh, it's like one of the first, was it the first school to close, I think? But it was tragic. And all the big kids in my neighborhood, all the teenagers got to go to El Monte High School until they got to go to Bassett. And I was just talking to Dr. Ortiz about it. It was once a big giant field with a little greenhouse on Puente Avenue with a very narrow driveway and a gully all the way around it. This is before the church was built across the street, by the way. Some of us go back and we know how great this district can be. It is mighty. It is small. It has, kind of gone off the road a couple of times, as everywhere has. But I really believe under our leadership, our current leadership, that we can only move forward in a really big way. We've got great things on the horizon, so get on that bus and see where it takes us. This is a brand new year with brand new chances and brand new choices, And for everybody who's listening, this is gonna be great. So stay on board. Thank you.
Ms. Gonzalez?
Good evening. I wanted to start off with congratulations to Principal Argueta over and his team over at the adult school. 61 courses approved by the California Department of Education. From introduction to animation to advanced patient care, our programs there are really something to brag about. I'm just amazed every time I visit the adult school campus as what is happening on that campus and all the creativity, all of the building, all of the learning, of the trades that's going on over there. It's amazing, and there's a class for everybody. So if you have time, go sign up, go look at the schedule and find something that is going to interest you, because I bet there's several things on that list that will expand your knowledge. They have some great educators there that, are, love their jobs and really want to share their knowledge with you. So please look into it. I'm 100% sure that there's something for everyone there. I remember when my classmates would get bused to other neighboring districts for animation classes and things like that, because we didn't have that near us. So to have those classes, close to our students for our community, it's just amazing to see that growth and to see that Bassett is here for the students and the community at large. Unfortunately, my first day of school is on Monday, so I will not be attending the breakfast this year. It didn't line up. Last year, I was able to attend and welcome everybody. So I will take this opportunity to say welcome to the staff, to the teachers, to the parents, to the students, to our new school year. Last year was amazing. And we worked so hard throughout the school year, and then we culminate it with the graduation, and it's just it's so amazing to see the accomplishments of our students, with the help of their teachers, their friends, their community. We have students going to top universities, and it's just a reminder every year of how amazing our district is, and that we are producing quality future citizens. And just as they were told the year before, come back, we did. We went through the school, we went through all of the schools, and we were graduates, and we still live in the community, and we came back because we care and we love it. And as an educator myself, I know how important the support is, and what I've seen is the administration wanting to be there, wanting to support. And if it's not happening, let us know. We'll get on it, because what I've seen, of our superintendent thus far is that he's open and he's willing and he's eager and ready to support every single person on all of our campuses. So, congratulations, Edgewood, on your bright spot. And just let's keep the hard work going and be there for our students. And I'm very excited for the new school year. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Also looking forward to the new school year. What an honor it is to be here, a privilege just to begin a new school year. So looking forward to it. Welcome to the dais, this dais specifically, Dr. Ortiz, now that we're here in this room. And thank you, Ms. Rivera, for reminding us about the Superintendent's Advisory Council. I think I did get that email and I sent it over to Dr. Ortiz, I want to say, or maybe I meant to send it to Dr. Galavitz and Ms. Carell. But it's something that our students should absolutely take advantage of. So thank you for bringing that up. Also shout out to Edgewood with all the different awards that you all managed to find and secure, not through lack of hard work on any of your parts. So congratulations to you all. And I do want to briefly say thank you to the Bassett Adult School team for the invitation to join their welcome back lunch on a fly last week. I was meeting with the superintendent to go over the agenda, stayed a little longer than anticipated, and that was already on the agenda. So it was a nice impromptu opportunity, but nice to connect with the instructors and staff there. We have the privilege to welcome our K-12 schools here, to lead Pledge of Allegiance, do presentations. I would love to see Bassett Adult School get that representation as well, so that we could hear from their amazing instructors and students as well. Happy to hear that the leadership symposium went well and we are welcoming our new team as we begin this new school year. For me, it's going to be continuing as one of my colleagues mentioned with fighting for public education. Got this CSBA email by I think a legislator for like their champion education. And I'm like, well, they still are manipulating Prop 98, so I feel a bit, not too compelled to do any of that. Obviously, we want to thank them where it's due, but that's withholding, millions, if not billions, I think, of dollars that our students and our staff really did count on. Not only ending in K-12 or K-14 education, but the rest of higher education, protecting the triple C, CSU, and UC from attacks is the goal for this year, I would say, and always. But beginning of the new school year, looking forward to it. So thank you. Closed session, we have conference with labor negotiators, and we have conference with legal counsel, potential litigation pursuant to government code section 54956.9. We have liability claim number 26-14, claim number 279249200001, and one case. Going to closed session at 6:11 p.m. That's right there. Yeah, perfect. All right. Good evening. We will reconvene at a closed session at 7:08 PM within an hour. Look at us. All right. Report of action taken out of closed session, Madam Clerk.
In closed session on a motion by Ms. Stanzioni and a second by Ms. Rivera, and a vote of 5 members approved and 0 members opposed, 0 members abstained. The governing board took action to approve claim 27924900001 in the amount of $6,090 via stipulated award. And second, in a closed session on a motion by Ms. Flores and a second by Ms. Gonzalez, and a vote of 5 members approved and 0 members opposed, 0 members abstained. The governing board took action to approve the liability claim 26-14 in the amount of $9,800. And that is all, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. We have action, discussion, informational items, approval resolutions, resolution 002-27, National Latino Heritage Month. The superintendent recommends the Board of Education approve resolution 002-27 proclaiming September through October as National Latina Heritage Month throughout Bassett Unified School District. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Ms. Stanzioni. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Gonzalez. Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Aye.
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 Aye, the motion carries. Thank you very much. We have consent calendar. All matters listed on the consent calendar are considered by the board to be items that will be enacted by the board in one motion. There will be no discussion of these items prior to the time the board vote on the motion unless members of the board, staff, or public request specific items to be discussed and or removed from the consent calendar. Are there any items a member would like to hold? We just disintegrate it all and go one by one if we want. All right, hearing none, is there a motion to approve the consent calendar as scheduled?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Ms. Flores, seconded by Ms. Stanzioni. Roll call vote.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carried. How exciting.
I'm being saucy now, too.
All right, adjournment.
Salty.
The next regular board meeting will be held on September 8th, 2026. Adjourn the regular board meeting of August 11th, 2026. I would like to make the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Gonzalez. Roll call vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, we stand adjourned at 7:11.
Oh.
Have a great evening.
That's.
That's it.
I stayed for that.